everyone. Here to make a delicious, hearty dish for the winter season, an easy and nutritious breakfast risotto. How about that? Please welcome back to our kitchen chef, Adam Gertler. Welcome, Adam.
Hello.
You're awesome. We have a very similar philosophy when it comes to eating, when it comes to cooking. I'm looking forward to getting into this.
Yes, because, you know, a lot of times I'm here and I'm making sausage and I'm a Versmacher, and I love those kinds of things. But, you know, if you're going to enjoy the more indulgent things in life, a lot of the times you have to balance it with good, healthy food. But I'm never willing to sacrifice flavor or satisfaction. So this breakfast risotto is a way of having oatmeal like you've never had it before.
How about that?
It's, I mean, but most people think of oatmeal, which is a great source of carbohydrate.
Right.
It's
exactly.
a slow-burning fuel. But then what people tend to do is maybe add brown sugar or dried fruit or other fruit, and now you have 3 or 4 servings of carbohydrates. This is a way of doing something that's so sad. Listen to the wows that are.
I know, I'm telling you right now, Debbie, Shirley, Maria, Larissa have already started digging in. I mean, they heard risotto for breakfast and they were all in. It's a good point, but I want to make this very clear. Not just any oats. Tell me, we've got
steel-cut oats.
Steel-cut
So we're using steel-cut oats, which we already made. Now, steel-cut oats take a little bit more time to prepare, but you could use a pressure cooker or Instapot or Foodie or whatever you have, and that'll take 10 minutes. Or you can make them, you know, in a rice cooker or anything like that. But you need the texture from the steel-cut oats. They also happen to be healthier.
Yeah, they give you a longer fuel source for sure.
We've made the oats in advance. And I've taken here, I have broccolini and shiitake mushrooms.
Now, that's in a pan. That previously was the bacon. So you made the bacon in the pan. You got it all.
We took the bacon out.
Nice and
we had the bacon fat in here. It's still flavorful. Right? Now, I'm using mushrooms and broccolini, but you could use whatever vegetables were from last night's dinner. This is just a skeleton.
This tastes so exotic, though. It tastes like I'm in Europe.
That's, well, I mean, they know how to eat there.
There's something very exotic about this.
So once you add the broccolini and the mushrooms, you want to go high heat, and don't mess with it for like a minute because you want that caramelization. If you keep turning it, you're just going to create a lot of steam.
See, that's me. I turn the veggies.
Turn it really quick, but look at all that
But it's good. That's why I'm here. I'm learning from you, Adam.
That is Maillard reaction, and that's flavor.
Okay, great. What are you putting in there?
Just a little bit of chicken stock based on how tight or thick the oats are, right? Because I want to be able to mix this up.
Now, you said you made the oats in advance. How far in advance can you make those oats?
I made them right before we cook them, but you can make them a day, 2 days in advance. It doesn't matter. They keep really well in the fridge. And if you're going to make steel-cut oats and they take a while to make, don't just make one portion. That makes no sense.
That's true.
And they literally degrade not at all once you reheat them. I mean, they're great. In fact, Debbie, you could even do this whole dish in advance and then chill it and then have it every day. That's what I did this week when I was working on the recipe for you. I had this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
And that's why you know it so well.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why I will probably know it too. Okay, so you got the steel-cut oats, you got the broccolini mushrooms, or like Adam said, anything that you got in the fridge or that you've had during the week and you have leftovers.
Oh, yeah.
Adding a little bit of the, broth.
Now we're going to add some other flavor elements, which we got fresh thyme right here. So throw that guy in.
There's a little kick.
There's a little kick because of this chili garlic sauce.
Yes, here we go.
If you don't like a little kick, you don't need to put that in, right? It's not required. But again, when I eat something healthy, I'm substituting, you know, a lot of sugar for things like chili, herbs, things like Parmesan cheese, which is a great source of umami. These scallions right here. That's going to give it a great. Dump them in there.
Okay, there we go.
Because they're fresh.
Now, we've been talking about this before too, Adam, and it's one of the things I love. Like sometimes I find myself just kind of eating for the macronutrients or just kind of for fuel in a sense. But this is doing that. It covers a lot of great aspects of the fuel and healthy food, but it also, you don't sacrifice the flavor, just like you promised.
Listen, I can't waste a meal. And I know I have to eat healthy because I'm very vain and have to be on television sometimes. Look, that's the fact.
We all have our motivation.
But I'm not going to not have something that's delicious, and this is why I love this meal. And it's weird when I tell people like savory oatmeal, they're like, that's weird because you've been conditioned to think it has to have blueberries or maple syrup or nuts. But that's just not true.
That's why you cheat and you say risotto and you tell them something.
But also, you could eat this for lunch, or for dinner, or
Debbie,
for a snack,
couldn't you?
or for
Not only could you do that, but when I first did this, I served it with roast chicken just that night because I was working on it as a side dish, and it really can eat it as
But you would have
anything.
no idea that this is
this is oats.
Yeah.
Right.
Cannot tell.
And then bacon. And then bacon, which is great.
We add our bacon back into the pan, right?
Bacon is not so bad. You're having 1 slice of bacon per serving. This whole bowl right here is about 400 calories. I did the math. You're talking, you know. because you're only getting like really a quarter cup, 4 tablespoons of steel-cut oats.
Right.
Right. And then we're bulking this out with the vegetables because I want something big and satisfying.
Yeah.
So I'm not hungry all day if I go to work and I'm thinking about lunch, and then I overeat at
so
lunch, and I
true.
have about 37 minutes of productivity because I'm thinking about like how hungry I am.
Well, exactly. Like
That's
we
what's
said.
so great about the oats.
Yes,
It
exactly
just
right.
keeps you
Especially
going.
steel-cut oats. It's a very sort of prolonged energy source, right? It gives you
It has
energy
protein,
for a
too.
long period.
It does have protein.
So
It does have
protein and egg.
more protein than like just about any other whole grain.
Okay, so you're serving that up now. Before we actually finish plating, and I know that the pièce de résistance on top.
Of course, you got to have eggs.
You
This
got to
is an
have a
egg
little
dish,
poached
baby.
egg. Now this is interesting because I didn't realize this. So you can poach eggs in advance,
Yes.
keep them in the refrigerator, or keep them aside.
So I
and
poach
then
these.
add them later.
Right, I kept them in a little bit of warm water, but if you're having company, or if like maybe this is something you want to do the night before and then
Yeah.
have it tomorrow, you can just drop the poached eggs after poaching them for 3 minutes in ice water.
Okay.
And that will shock them. And then you can just do what we're doing right now and drop them into a pot of simmering water for about a minute. And
then
then
get
they're
them back
fresh
up?
again.
I had no idea about that.
You didn't either. Okay, so I don't feel so bad.
Well,
I didn't
think
know.
about it.
How
If you're-
smart is that?
if you're
Because it takes some time to poach
Right.
eggs.
If you're doing a big brunch service at a restaurant, it's not really convenient to poach eggs each time on a line.
Oh, my
If you
gosh.
have them done, you just drop them in and get them out.
Warm
'cause you
them
gotta
back up
serve
again.
people.
So that's what they're doing when you
Yeah.
go.
I mean, that's what I was taught in the first place that I.
Right.
So I dropped this on, and if I'm being completely honest, a lot of times I put 2 poached eggs on mine, but
Listen, man,
I have a
love
big
it.
appetite, but it does kind of look a bit nicer with the one.
Can we look at that for a second? Can we
gosh.
get that
It's
shot? Look how great that looks, right?
So-
like there.
So why don't you just garnish with a little bit
Okay,
more of
so
that
we're gonna get a little
Parmesan
bit of
on top, just a little
Parmesan
bit,
on
yeah.
there. How's that?
And a little extra crispy bacon, so you have the crispiness as well as the
A little
flavor.
bit crispy. I don't know how my technique is for throwing this on there. I've been
I
told that
mean,
my technique in the kitchen isn't great.
This is the good part. This is, I mean,
Great.
it's free
There
form.
we go. There
It's
we
beautiful.
go.
Look at that. That's breakfast
I don't know
risotto.
what's happening,
Well
but
done,
here
Kim.
we go. Here we go.
This is so good.
Okay.
Go in on this.
So the way to
Cheers,
do it,
man.
you got to crack into that egg
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Adam.
and get it going.
Oh, wow. That's delicious. The presentation is just as beautiful.
You're never gonna have to think of oatmeal the same way.
Never.